Will those in favor of the draft resolution contained in document S/2024/173 please raise their hand? Those against?
But he, knowing their thoughts, said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
All right, every kingdom divided against itself. So you got some Edomites over here say, man, this isn't right, man. This is inhumane. We shouldn't be doing that, bro. Stop dropping the bombs, man. Let's just love each other, man. You know? But nah, that's not gonna work, bro. They don't even realize, bro, what you did. You cannot turn that around, bro. If the ceasefire don't mean nothing at this point, Amalek know that. That's why they say they're trying to kill them all. They're like, nah, because you don't understand. Like, once we did this, like, I can't pull away from that.
U.S. at ICJ defends Israeli occupation of Palestinian territory.
Come on.
In its argument at the ICJ, the U.S. said that the UN's highest court should not call on Israel to immediately and unconditionally withdraw from Palestinian territory.
You see that, right? America, give me the prophecy. Give me that Ezekiel 35. These two nations, these two countries. Right. Hey, the Bible's a true book.
That's right.
The Bible's a true book.
That's right.
As much as a lot of people want to fight and stick up for the white man and say, no, all white people not bad. The devil is a lie.
You better believe.
Read what you got. Verse 10.
Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 10.
Come on.
Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there.
Right. So the two nations is what? Israel and Judah. And then the two countries is Israel and America.
Right.
All right, because they said what? We're going to take over Israel, 1948. Balfour Declaration, we're going to get them in there. And then prior to that, what was that? 1776, the America's independence, when they became quote unquote independent from Britain. Right. All right, but who was here before that? The Northern Kingdom of Israel.
That's right.
So they did the same thing twice. Understand that thing. The Bible's a true book. Let's keep it rolling. But most people, the world already took notice to Israel, right? They are starting to see the evil that they're doing. But now they're saying, wait, America, which is the world superpower, they have no problem with what they're doing.
Wow,
you understand? Right. So people are starting to take notice. The world is starting to take notice. Come on. What's the next one?
World slams U.S. ceasefire veto at UN Security Council on Israel's Gaza war.
All right, so y'all know what a veto is, right? When they reject it.
Right.
So what was that? Algeria, they proposed a ceasefire against Gaza, and America said, nah, we don't agree with that.
Right.
Showing you what? They in bed with Israel.
That's
okay.
Right.
All right, let's read some of that, please. Come on.
Russia pledges not to give up as China says U.S. veto gives a green light for Israel's continued slaughter in Gaza. The United States has again vetoed a draft UN Security Council resolution on Israel's war on Gaza, prompting widespread criticism from rivals and allies alike. The move on Tuesday was the third U.S. veto of a UNSC resolution demanding a ceasefire in Gaza, and came a day after Washington circulated a resolution that would support a temporary ceasefire linked to the release of all Israeli captives from the Palestinian enclave. The vote in the 15-member council was 13-1, with the United Kingdom abstaining, reflecting the strong support from countries around the globe for ending the devastating conflict that has killed more than 29,000 Palestinians.
All right, so the world is seeing the Holocaust, the genocide that the Israelis are doing to the Palestinians, and they're trying to put a stop to it. Right. Even those on American soil. I think that's the next article, right? The faith leaders. Is that next?
U.S. faith leaders call for a ceasefire. Will President Biden listen? The U.S. government has so far ignored calls for a ceasefire in Gaza. Faith leaders are taking steps to try to change that.
So you got faith leaders on American soil. Because you remember what we read in Revelation 6? They would try to make it look like they holy. Remember America, they say that this is a Christian nation. It's not a Christian nation.
Bring it up.
They accept homosexual marriage. You understand? All type of wickedness go here. It's not a Christian nation.
Right.
All right, give me that. What's it, Luke 11:17? Kingdom divided. I think that's the one I want. Yeah, read that for me, please.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 11 and verse 17.
Come on.
But he, knowing their thoughts, said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
All right, every kingdom divided against itself. So you got some Edomites over here say, man, this isn't right, man. This is inhumane. We shouldn't be doing that, bro. Stop dropping the bombs, man. Let's just love each other, man. You know? But nah, that's not gonna work, bro. They don't even realize, bro, what you did. You cannot turn that around, bro. If the ceasefire don't mean nothing at this point. Amalek know that. That's why they say they're trying to kill them all. They're like, nah, because you don't understand. Like, once we did this, like, I can't pull away from that. Right. It's already done. He's like, if we stop, you know, like, they're gonna come. You know, they understand that. They're just trying to establish the vision even more, expand it to the point where it's only them in that land, and it's gonna get to that point for a little bit of time, according to it was Isaiah 14. We're not going to go into that today. That's another show as we get closer. Let's get the next one, man. What's next? Time we got 7:45. All right. Read that.
Era of peace in Europe over, says Ukraine as
okay, era of peace in Europe over. It says Ukraine as Avdiivka. I'm just making it up. Falls to Russia.
That sounds
about right.
Yeah.
All right, keep reading.
Russian forces captured their first city in more than 9 months, partly a result of failing weapons deliveries from allies.
Now remember, you know, you had the European Union form based off of what happened in World War II. Okay, Russia, formerly the USSR. All right, they've always been a quote-unquote problem to the United States of America. Right. Okay. Now, over time, from what was that, like 1943-ish, 1944, something like that. Since that time until 2020, or 2021. No, 2021 is not 20. 2022. That's when Russia started the war in Ukraine, right? 2022.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, I'm just shooting, So 2022. So up until that time, there's been quote unquote peace, but there's been a bunch of cold wars going back and forth with each other. Okay? So it says in this particular article, there goes the end of peace in Europe. They're 100% correct. Because Russia not finna stop. All right? They keep taking this territory, and they're pushing it. Why? Because America did the same exact thing when it came to NATO. Right. All right? They kept, because remember, Ukraine used to be part of what? There you go. It used to be a Soviet country. So America kept doing it, but hey, Russia said, nah, they're going to expand their borders. You already know America's not going to stand for it. The European Union, NATO, they're not going to stand for it. So this is the end of peace in Europe. They're going to be warring. All praise to the Most High for that. I love to see white on white crime. I love it. I love that. They make my teeth white. That's right. I love it. I love it. Right? What's next?
Breaking. Iran sends Russia hundreds of ballistic missiles, Reuters reports.
Right. But you got Iran. You got Iran over here supporting Russia. Right. All right. Is there a video or some more on that, or is that it? It's a picture. Oh, okay. Let's look at the picture. Maybe it's a nice picture. I don't know. Missiles. Look at the picture, brothers and sisters. That's what they sending over to Russia. So they support that. What's next? Read that.
U.S. to impose major sanctions on Russia over Navalny death, Ukraine war. Biden does not give details of measures to be announced on Friday ahead of second anniversary of Russian invasion.
All right, we're going to read some of that real quick.
The United States is set to announce new sanctions against Russia over the death of opposition leader Alexei Navalny and the 2-year war in Ukraine. Speaking to reporters on Tuesday, U.S. President Joe Biden did not give details, but said he would provide more information about the package of measures on Friday, ahead of the second anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby said that the major sanctions package would hold Russia accountable for what happened to Navalny and respond to the vicious and brutal war that has now raged on for 2 years.
All right, so this is how I look at that. Y'all tell me how y'all see it, officers. So you got Russia over there, basically sticking up for themselves, kind of like a retaliation, because NATO, they promised not to expand their borders, but they did it anyway. Right. So Russia said, all right, well, we got to go to war. But then you got Israel starting a war, and they're doing an overkill, genocide, Holocaust. So you're going to put sanctions on Russia and not on Israel? Anybody see that? Right. Does anybody see the hypocrisy? You get that? Sounds like, wait. So they're going to put sanctions on Russia, but they're not going to put sanctions on Israel for killing 30,000 people.
Come on now.
Nobody sees the hypocrisy. Nobody sees this. Because that's their ally. They're in bed together. They may say, hey, guys, you stop. You guys stop. They may say that, but behind closed doors, no. They both came together to establish that vision. Okay? Real quick, was that Job 20, about the hypocrite? Job chapter 20, verse 5. Watch this.
The book of Job, chapter 20 and verse 5. That the triumphing of the wicked is short.
Right. It say the triumphing of the wicked is only going to be for a short time. We may think it's forever, but it's going to be a short time, brothers and sisters. Come on.
And the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment.
And the joy of the what?
But for a moment.
Okay. And the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment. All right. Like it reads down later on in that chapter, it talks about it's going to be like a bad nightmare. It's going to be a bad dream. Meaning what? We're going to wake up and be like, wait. In my dream, I seen these pale-faced, freckled, red people, dirty foot.
Like baloney.
Hey, you know, he's always walking outside public without no damn shoes. You're like, hey, dirty foot. And we're like, oh, my bad. That was just a dream. It's gonna be like that. Actually, let's read it, man. We there. What verse is that? Like 7 or something? Read that.
Verse 8.
Somebody help
He
him.
shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night.
Right, as a vision in the night, as a bad dream. All right, so we ain't got to worry about that hypocrisy no more. I'll praise to the Father for that day.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation